We're here with James Pelz from SoMee. Tell us a little bit about first, before we get into the project, which you've told me a little about already. It's super cool, man. I love what you guys are doing. But tell me a little bit about your backstory with getting into blockchain, crypto.
Yeah, of course, man, and I appreciate you taking your time to do this. This is really exciting. So a little bit about how I got into blockchain and crypto. I mean, I've been living in Vegas for about 10 years now, and I believe it was 2014, 2015. I was chatting with a buddy of mine, and he actually was telling me about the whole Silk Road thing. He's like, man, have you heard of the dark net? I'm like, what's that? That sounds kind of scary. And it's just like sparked my curiosity. And he's like, yeah, man, there's this thing called Bitcoin. It's like a digital money. And I'm like, that's a thing? So I started looking up meetups in Vegas, and I was just curious to learn more about like cryptocurrency. And I ended up going to a few meetups, and one of them seemed like an MLM or like a total like weird thing that didn't make much sense with cryptocurrencies. I was like, this doesn't feel right. So I was like, and everybody was just trying to sell me something. So I was like, all right, whatever. So then I went to one more, and I was like, all right. And the second one was just a bunch of like people from San Francisco and Silicon Valley, engineers, like speaking a language that I could barely understand. So it really wasn't digestible for me as a regular person to understand what the heck was going on. And they were talking about hard forks and this and that. I'm like, a what? So I really just kind of like didn't pursue it any further from there. And then a couple years later, a family friend of mine had actually told me about a project that he was working on, who's the actual CEO of the company of now SoMee. He's been working on this project. It started off more as a like a social dashboard where you can share from one place to all of your networks, just to simplify it, similar to like a Hootsuite kind of thing. And at first I was like, this is really cool. Like, how can I, add value and be involved? And it just kind of was a thing that I was watching from afar, and nothing really happened at first. And then in early 2016, 2017, they pivoted into the blockchain. As soon as he heard about what blockchain is, pivoted into blockchain and like totally just like changed up the whole model of the company. And so SoMee, what is now SoMee, has been in the evolution since like 2013, starting off as just like an alternative as a social dashboard and moving into a blockchain-based social network. So like I've just been keeping tabs on this project, and as it moved into the blockchain, I went back and was like, what? Like, okay, I'm a little more interested now, and it just kind of naturally evolved from there. So that's kind of like the history of like how I got involved, but like actually becoming like officially a part of the team was really just my need to be a part of a revolution that's something bigger than myself. So yeah,
I love it. That is super cool. And so tell us about SoMee, what you guys are doing, maybe your point of difference, and obviously how using blockchain and crypto is going to make, like the value proposition for a social network and for the actual user so much stronger than something like Facebook.
Yeah, for sure. So SoMee is actually a blockchain-based social network similar to what you would see as a Facebook user interface and design. It's familiar, it's clean, it's very user-friendly. So what we've decided to do is take something that people are already familiar with, but being in the blockchain, having it be all of your data owned by the user, and you're in control of all of your data. So, if an advertiser or whoever wants to utilize whatever the data is that they want, you give them permission and you actually get paid for that. And if you want to go ahead and be a part of the advertising revenue model, you can decide what ads you want on your page, and you can decide if you want to, have only ads that are relevant to what you like personally or as a company, or you can decide, hey, I want the highest paying ones. That's really nice too. Some people just want to get paid. And so it's all about providing value to our users and our community on all fronts. So, and if you don't want to engage with advertisers and you just want to use it as a social sharing platform just to engage with friends and family, that's totally fine too. We give you that option where you can just opt out and no advertisers, nobody trying to sell you anything. But obviously you're not going to get any revenue. So it's all about, at the end of the day, choice for people. And what's really nice is the other aspect of it is for the advertisers and people that are launching new projects and ICOs, we have an ICO and bounty and airdrop management campaign system where we can really rally and build awareness around projects. So a company can go and create a page and build a community on the platform and really build up a project that they believe is going to be revolutionary and be something that people can really get behind. We want to be that boost in that community to keep things circulating. So it really is quite like a big vision and a big venture. But it's something that's necessary, especially right now in the current affairs of social media, right? We're starting to see, as blockchain technology is actually, being adopted and more people are getting into the industry and the regulators are learning more about it. We're really starting to see this technology have more awareness, and the whole goal for everybody is mass adoption, right? Like that's what the whole industry talks about. Mass adoption, we want mass adoption. Which is cool because we want the everyday person to be able to utilize this. So education is really at the core of it all right now. So, I feel like I could go on and on about how this is going to change things, but let me reel it back for a minute here. There's a lot of stuff going on with Facebook being hacked recently, and a lot of people's information has been bought and sold on the dark net, and for I don't know what the price is. I think it was like $3.90 for like your login. Is the amount that it's being sold for, and imagine that times 50 million, right? So that's a lot of money that people are making from your information, and we have no control over that on Facebook, on a platform such as that. So these are issues that are bubbling up right now, and it's really positioning us in a place that we have no control over that, right? But the awareness of centralized platforms and the privacy issue really is the foundation of it all, and that's why we've decided to be a part of HoshoCon and be here at this event where it's all about blockchain security. Because at the end of the day, this technology is about protecting your data and protecting you as a person utilizing technology, because technology is here as a tool. Technology is here as a tool to support us in our lives. And if you really get down to the basics, it's all about living a life where you can feel like you're protected and you can go out and do what you do, whatever that is, and you won't have to worry about somebody stealing your information or the bad guys coming to get you and making money off of your data. We're in a whole nother world now, and it's really interesting to see the generational differences from my grandma, who's like 70 years old, to even my mom and dad, who are like in their 50s, and then people like myself that are millennials, and then you got Gen Z. We're all living together in this time of the technology revolution, on this exponential growth that's just like So we're all trying to understand and learn how to grasp all of this, living in the digital age. So it's exciting on that front, but at the same time, we're learning about all of the vulnerabilities that are happening, and we can capture and really harness all of that with blockchain technology. So a social network on the blockchain is where it's at, and there's a lot of networks that are popping up. Steemit's one of them that has been very successful, and a few other networks that pop up. Some of them stay, some of them are gone. But at the end of the day, it's about the companies and the people that are actually doing work and actually making progress. And we're here to stay. We're here for the long vision. We see that this is a revolution, and this is going to be something for generations to come that they can utilize. So, man, I could talk your ear off about this stuff all day long.
Dude, you hit it out of the park. You nailed it in one. I mean, the data vulnerability side of things, the even like the sovereign identity side of things, and the fact that these big data monopolies are kind of monetizing us as a product. You guys are kind of flipping that around with using blockchain, but also the ad side of things, like ad targeting and how that can be kind of given back to us in terms of us controlling it. But I'd love to know where you're at with I believe you're at like a beta release stage, and where people can find you guys, like the web address where people can start engaging and kind of look to using the product when it's out.
Yeah, of course, man. So we are actually in a live beta right now. We also have an iOS and Android app. So we're looking to launch our MVP in the next 2 months, so that'll be really nice. And you can find us at SoMee.social. That's our web address. And for actual more information about the team and the white paper and more informational stuff, ONGcoin, ONGcoin.com. The ONGcoin is actually our native ERC20 smart token. Wow. So we did our ICO actually last July 2017. So we got the ICO before all of the madness. But so yeah, the ONGcoin.com website is where you can find our team, more information about us. And so really exciting stuff. Having an actual platform that's actually live in a beta you can see that's an actual real thing, I think makes people feel good that people are working behind the scenes. Yep. So yeah, that's where you can find us in all of our social media. SoMee, SOMEE official. So we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram. So all of the networks that are currently existing today, obviously people are still on them, and we got to get the word out. So we're going to be on them and continue to be on them and build what we're doing over at SoMee until the mass adoption really takes the forefront and we become hopefully a new leader in the space. So I'm looking forward to it. I
love it. And tell us, seeing as we're at HoshoCon, which is a security kind of based conference, have you guys used Hosho to audit your smart contracts?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. So we actually did our audit January of this year in the beginning. So while we didn't utilize Hosho, we actually did refer a sister company of ours called SeekVR.
Cool.
So our CEO actually helped SeekVR write their white paper and go through their whole process and their ICO and raising all of their money and creating, putting them on the blockchain and creating their token. He went through that whole process with Seek. And then he went ahead and referred Seek to have their smart contract auditing and penetration testing done with Hosho. So adding value to companies and partnering up, we just became partners with Hosho. It was perfect timing with HoshoCon on the rise. I was just at Block Show Americas in Vegas back in August, so I had the pleasure of really meeting a lot of cool people there. And Hosho had a booth. So I got the chance to speak with them there, and I had recently on Twitter just saw on their Twitter that about Seek VR passing their test. And so I very familiar with them, and I was just like, that's really cool. I'm glad to see that our referrals and a sister company of ours, referring them to Hosho and everything, just kind of building off of that. So that's how we're all involved. And Hosho's headquarters here is in Vegas. I'm here in Vegas as the marketing arm. Our headquarters is in Portland, Oregon, and we have teams remote all over. So yeah, that's how we got involved with Hosho and HoshoCon.
Awesome. I'm loving the Hosho vibe, man. These guys are OGs, right? I mean, Yo and the guys are have been in the space for like over 8 years. It's insane. So yeah, I love their vibe. They're setting a good example, I think.
They are setting a standard. And that is important, because when you have companies like Hosho that are setting a standard in a community where we're all trying to find a standard. We're all trying to find the standard of how we should go about things. That's what true leadership is about, is setting the stage, setting the standard for other people to, go off of. And I've been really impressed by just from them as a team, their leadership, working with them through, communication-wise, and their customer service. As a Vegas-based company, customer service really shines through, and that's something that's one of my core values, is keeping customer service at the forefront of everything. Comes from a hospitality background. And obviously looking cool and doing cool fun stuff. Like I got the SoMee hat here. We got the SoMee steampunk glasses. You can flop them down. So, and then we got our cool QR code T-shirt, and then on the back you can see the SoMee Squad 111. So we're the originals. The 111 is the original crew, original SoMee Squad here. So it's all about having fun. This is a very serious topic, but at the end of the day, if you're not having fun doing it, then what's the point? So have a little bit of fun, learn some stuff in education, and also just like continue to just persevere regardless of what people say, because sometimes people may have limited vision themselves. But if you can broaden their vision and open up their mind and really give them a perspective that's on a higher level to see further into the future, people get really excited about that, and it's motivating. So that's what we're here to do, man. And I just appreciate everybody that gives us an opportunity to share this. And I appreciate all the people that are in this industry that are working hard to move it forward, because it takes hard work, it takes progress, and it takes perseverance, and it's not easy, right? This is not easy work, but at the end of the day, the value, the rewards, and the process. It's all the process. So that's what we're here for. We're here for the process.
Awesome. I love it, James. So good to talk to you. We wish you really well, man, on your journey with SoMee. It's such a needed and inspiring thing that you're trying to bring to the market. So yeah, once again, great to talk to you, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you.